Hi everybody, I'm Molly Fletcher. And I recently noticed that a blog on my website had been connecting with a lot of people, and the blog is called The 10 Things That Require Zero Talent. And this is interesting to me because these things aren't particularly complicated and difficult, right, things to do. These are pretty fundamental things that we've learned since we were young, and I'm certainly not the first person to talk about these things. I mean, these are things like be on time, be prepared, demonstrate good body language, have passion, be positive in the way that you show up, have a great attitude. I mean, these are pretty fundamental things. So then I started to ask myself, well, why don't more people, why don't we do these things consistently? And, I think the problem is, the problem is that people don't pause long enough to decide who they want to be. In other words, we live in a world where we go, go, go. We want to check the box. We want to move the chains. We want to execute. Things are coming at all of us pretty fast. So what I want to propose for all of us to do is to stop and decide, I'm going to be a human being, right? Not a human doing. And I think the reason these things aren't a part of the thread of the way most of us show up is because we're not pausing long enough to say, who am I going to be? In other words, we can't decide we're going to be the kind of person that's going to be on time for things, 5 minutes after we're 5 minutes late for a meeting. We can't decide then. We can't decide that we're the kind of person that's going to show up prepared for a presentation when we don't think about how we're going to actually do that, and we don't thread it through the way that we anticipate these moments so that we can truly be prepared. We have to pause long enough to be intentional about deciding these are things that I'm going to be. These aren't just things that we go do. So I would just challenge you to pull back and identify 3 of them. 3 of them on the list. You can click below and check out the list and say, what are the 3 maybe that are my biggest gaps? What can I do better? And then pause for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and say, how can I be intentional about allowing this to show up in my life as a part of who I am as a human being? We need to ensure these are intentional behaviors. These are fundamental things, but boy, are they important. So I hope this is helpful. Check out the blog, and most of all, put it to work in your life. Thanks.